You are not here by coincidence. Something in you already knew that this message would find you, and that is why your spirit leaned in the moment you saw these words. Virgo, the 15th of September carries a subtle but undeniable weight. It is a cosmic gate disguised as an ordinary day, a hidden alignment that calls you to remember that being who you are is already a blessing. Not everyone will feel it, but you will, because you were born with the discipline to listen where others ignore and to see where others close their eyes. This moment holds both promise and warning. If you align, the blessings waiting for you become tangible, gifts of clarity, love, and abundance that flow into your path without resistance. If you resist, the danger is not punishment, but missed grace, opportunities slipping quietly through fingers too distracted to notice them. The truth is simple. The more aware you are, the more present the blessings become. Today, you will discover 3 reasons being a Virgo feels blessed in this moment. They are not vague ideas, but living powers you can sense in your daily life. The gift of clarity that makes you see what others miss. The heart of service that multiplies every act of kindness. The flow of abundance that begins to arrive after years of patience. These 3 truths are not about becoming someone new. They are about recognizing who you already are and why that identity is sacred. You may already sense the signs. Perhaps decisions that once felt heavy now appear lighter, easier to make. Perhaps the people around you turn more naturally to you for guidance, and instead of draining you, it fills you with quiet joy. Perhaps unexpected recognition or provision has already begun to arrive, as if the universe has whispered, "You have waited long enough." These are not random moments. They are confirmations that the blessings are here, waiting to be embraced. Stay with this message until the end. For the decree you will speak, there will not just close a chapter. It will seal your timeline in alignment with the blessings promised to you. Virgo, you are not here by mistake. You are here because the 15th of September has been written as a day when your blessings become undeniable. And as you step further, you will see why your journey prepared you for this exact moment. Virgo, the blessings you are meant to embrace today did not appear suddenly. They are the result of a long road paved with patience, discipline, and silent endurance. You have often been the one who carried the weight that others left behind, the one who stayed steady while those around you scattered. Many never noticed your sacrifices, and some even mistook your quiet strength for weakness. Yet the truth is that every hidden struggle became hidden strength, preparing you for the day when your blessings would finally become visible. There were moments when you questioned if all the effort was in vain. Times when your giving heart seemed only to meet in gratitude. Nights when your devotion to what was right left you feeling overlooked. And yet, in every one of those moments, something was being built within you. Each act of integrity became a brick in the foundation of your destiny. Each time you chose responsibility over ease, you wove resilience into your spirit. And every tear shed in silence was collected by the invisible, recorded as evidence that your story could not end in lack. The universe has always kept account. Though you felt unseen, the ledger of the unseen world never lost track of you. What others ignored, the divine witnessed. What others dismissed, the cosmos valued. Every seed you planted in service, every effort you gave without applause, every choice you made when no one was watching, all of it was preparing the soil for the harvest that now stands ready. This is why today feels different. The cycle of waiting has ripened into the cycle of receiving. You were never meant only to endure. You were meant to carry healing across generations. Patterns of scarcity and silence that bound those before you are ending with you. You carry the mission of transformation, and it is precisely because of your long discipline that the blessings can be trusted in your hands. The world may not always understand why Virgo seems so steady, so cautious, so meticulous, but the reason is simple. Your path has demanded a sacred preparation. Now the preparation gives way to revelation. The blessings do not arrive as accidents. They appear because the time is right, because you are ready, and because your journey has earned them. And as the 15th of September unfolds, You will see that the mystical frame of this day is unlike any other, carrying a current that makes your blessings impossible to ignore. The 15th of September is not just another point on the calendar, Virgo. It is a day charged with subtle currents that turn simplicity into alignment. On the surface, everything may look ordinary, yet beneath the ordinary runs a stream of grace that you are meant to notice. This day carries the energy of a trine, a cosmic aspect that does not demand or pressure, but instead opens doors with ease. While others struggle against resistance, you will find that paths smooth themselves before your feet, as if the universe has quietly rolled out a carpet of opportunity. Virgo, you are of the earth element, and this is why you can ground what others cannot hold. Many feel the blessings of a trine as fleeting inspiration, but you have the gift to capture them, anchor them, and turn them into form. Where others let chances slip away like sand through open hands, you gather them with care and give them structure. This is not luck, it is design. The cosmos flows freely, and you give it shape. The first signs of this alignment may already be showing themselves. Perhaps you wake with a sense of calm that feels unexplainable. Perhaps synchronicities follow you, numbers repeating, names resurfacing, dreams echoing in daylight. Perhaps a conversation, a message, or a subtle shift in circumstances suddenly confirms what you already felt rising within. These are not accidents. They are the proof that the day carries weight, that the cosmic gate is open. The most important reminder here is simple: awareness is greater than fear. Blessings often slip by unnoticed not because they are absent, but because attention is misplaced. Fear narrows the vision, while awareness opens it. By staying present, you recognize the doors as they open, the invitations as they appear, the gifts as they arrive. This mystical frame is why the blessings feel stronger now than they have in months past. The energy does not demand battle. It invites surrender to flow. It whispers instead of shouts, yet its voice cannot be ignored. And within this current, 3 reasons stand tall, 3 blessings that define what it means to be Virgo on this day. The first of these begins with vision, the gift of clarity, a blessing that cuts through confusion and lights your path with precision. The first reason being a Virgo feels blessed today is the gift of clarity. While others may wander in circles, weighed down by indecision and clouded by doubt, you find that your vision sharpens. This is not the cold clarity of calculation, but the luminous clarity of truth. It is the ability to see what lies beneath appearances, to cut through noise and recognize what truly matters. Virgo, this clarity is your compass, and today it feels stronger than ever, guiding your steps with precision. You may notice yourself making decisions more easily, without the usual hesitation. Choices that once seemed heavy now reveal their direction with subtle certainty. You sense which opportunities align with your spirit and which doors lead only to distraction. It may be as simple as knowing when to say yes, when to say no, and when silence speaks louder than words. This clarity is not arrogance. It is alignment. It comes because your spirit has grown in discipline and discernment, trained by years of watching, listening, and waiting. Others may misinterpret this gift. They may see your decisiveness as coldness or your precision as criticism. Yet the truth is that clarity is kindness. It saves time, prevents heartbreak, and illuminates the way not just for you, but for those who walk beside you. The mistake to avoid is doubting your first sense of truth. The longer you hesitate, the weaker the signal feels. Trust what rises in you before your mind begins to question it away. Imagine this: a Virgo standing before 2 paths, one glittering with promises, the other plain and unassuming. Most people would choose the glitter, but Virgo senses the hidden trap and instead takes the plain path. Later, the glittering road collapses, while the steady path leads to growth. This is the power of clarity. It saves you from illusions before they demand a price. To anchor this blessing, breathe deeply and affirm within yourself, "I walk in clarity." Repeat it until the words feel like roots beneath your feet. With this, every step you take becomes aligned with truth. And as clarity grows, it does not harden the heart, it opens it, making space for the second reason Virgo feels blessed today, the sacred gift of service that turns love into multiplication. The second reason being a Virgo feels blessed today is the heart of service. Service is not something you put on like a garment, it is the pulse of who you are. From the smallest gesture to the greatest sacrifice, your giving nature has always carried a sacred intention, and on this 15th of September, that intention is amplified. The universe meets your heart of service with recognition, multiplying what you give so that blessings ripple far beyond the moment. You may notice that opportunities to help appear more naturally today. Someone may turn to you for guidance, and your simple words bring unexpected relief. A small act of kindness, holding space, offering support, sharing wisdom, creates waves that stretch further than you realize. This is because your service is not rooted in guilt, but in love. When you give from joy rather than obligation, your energy does not deplete, it expands. That expansion is itself a blessing, filling your heart even as it pours out into others. Yet the danger here is the old trap of self-sacrifice. Virgo, you have spent much of your life giving until nothing was left for you, pouring from an empty vessel in the hope that others would be lifted. The blessing of service is not found in depletion, but in overflow. You were never meant to erase yourself to sustain others. True service flows from fullness. When you honor your needs, your giving becomes even more powerful, because it is backed by strength rather than strain. Imagine this: a Virgo who once said yes to every demand, exhausted and unseen. But now they pause, breathe, and choose wisely. They give where the heart says yes, and decline where the body says no. Instead of diminishing, their service shines brighter, and the effect multiplies. That is the transformation of service from burden to blessing. The universe confirms this alignment with the number 222, the symbol of harmony and union. It appears as a reminder that your acts of service are not isolated, but connected to a larger web of balance. Every choice to serve with love strengthens the bonds of alignment around you. Whisper this affirmation: I serve with joy and my service multiplies. Each time you declare it, you shift from giving out of guilt to giving out of grace. And as service flows from you, it opens the channel to the third reason Virgo feels blessed today: the abundant return that always follows when seeds are planted with love. The third reason being a Virgo feels blessed today is the flow of abundance. For years, you have sown seeds in silence, giving without recognition, working without applause, and waiting while others seem to move ahead. But abundance has never forgotten you. Like water held behind a dam, it builds until the moment arrives when the gates open, and today you may feel that release. The flow does not come with force, but with grace, arriving in ways both subtle and undeniable. You may notice unexpected gifts appearing, perhaps in the form of resources, recognition, or even relief from burdens you thought would never lift. A simple message may carry opportunity. A quiet moment may reveal an answer that brings peace. Even in finances, small openings may present themselves, symbols of the larger blessings that are preparing to unfold. These are not accidents. They are the harvest of long patience. Virgo, you are blessed because you are trusted to steward abundance with wisdom. But abundance asks something of you: openness. Many Virgos struggle to receive because they are so accustomed to giving. You may feel unworthy of blessings, as though every gift must be earned through sacrifice. That belief blocks the flow. The truth is that abundance is not payment, it is alignment. It arrives not because you begged for it, but because your energy has become magnetic to it. To resist is to stop the river. To receive is to let it nourish you and everyone connected to you. Picture this: a Virgo who has labored for years, always careful, always giving. Then one day, a door opens without effort. Recognition comes, support arrives, or provision flows in a way that feels effortless. At first, there is hesitation. Do I deserve this? But the moment they embrace it with gratitude, the flow increases. This is the secret. Abundance multiplies when you allow yourself to receive. Anchor this blessing with a simple practice. Breathe deeply and say, "I receive freely." Speak it without resistance, as if the words themselves open your hands. The more you repeat it, the more you train your spirit to welcome what is already yours. And now, with clarity, service, and abundance revealed, the time comes to understand the deeper meaning behind these blessings, the spiritual frame that explains why Virgo carries them as a sacred identity on this 15th of September. The 3 blessings of this day are not random, Virgo. They are woven into the spiritual design of who you are and why you were placed here in this season. Clarity, service, and abundance do not stand apart. They form a trinity of gifts, each feeding the other, each magnifying the whole. The cosmos mirrors this truth in the alignment of energies, for what rises in you is reflected above you. This is why the blessings feel undeniable now, as though the heavens themselves are confirming that your time has come. Astrologically, this day moves under the flow of a trine, an aspect of ease where doors open without resistance. While others fight against invisible walls, you are guided toward passageways that seem to welcome you. The earth element of Virgo makes you unique in this flow, for you do not just feel the blessing, you ground it, giving it structure and permanence. Where others lose what they receive because they cannot hold it, you hold firmly, transforming fleeting favor into lasting stability. This is your role as a vessel of divine order. Spiritually, the meaning is profound. Virgo exists not simply to labor in silence, but to embody the balance of heaven and earth. Your clarity is divine sight, translated into daily wisdom. Your service is divine love, expressed in tangible acts. Your abundance is divine provision, anchored into human hands. This is why the blessings expand when you honor them, and why they shrink when ignored. The gifts demand acknowledgement, for acknowledgement multiplies them. There is, however, duality. Blessings carry responsibility. To see clearly is to act responsibly with what you see. To serve with power is to protect your energy from misuse. To receive abundance is to share it without fear of losing it. When honored, these blessings open gates to miracles. When ignored, they fade into shadows of what they could have been. Awareness is the key, Virgo, for awareness activates everything. This is why the 15th of September feels charged. It is not merely a good day. It is a spiritual invitation. You are reminded of who you are, of the design written into your soul, and of the gifts entrusted to your care. But even as the blessings rise, there is an inner tension that comes with them, a quiet battle between gratitude and guilt, between worthiness and doubt, and that battle must be faced. Even as the blessings reveal themselves, Virgo, there is a familiar weight pressing at the edges of your heart. It is the inner conflict that asks, "Am I truly worthy of this?" This struggle has followed you through seasons, whispering guilt when gratitude should have been your only response. It is the tug of war between your nature to serve and your hesitation to receive, between humility that grounds you and self-doubt that limits you. Today, as the gifts of clarity, service, and abundance surround you, this conflict rises to the surface one more time. It feels like a cosmic rope pulled in opposite directions. On one side, gratitude stretches forward, urging you to embrace the blessings as rightful fruit of your long patience and discipline. On the other, guilt pulls back, convincing you that to receive freely is selfish, that you must earn every gift with struggle. This is the tension that makes blessings feel heavy when they were meant to be light. The war is not outside you, it is within. But here lies the truth. Blessings are not rewards for perfection. They are alignments with purpose. You are not stealing when you receive. You are honoring the order of the universe. Just as the earth receives rain without apology and turns it into harvest, you too are meant to receive without guilt and turn it into multiplication. The longer you resist, the longer the flow stalls. But the moment you surrender to gratitude, the flow becomes unstoppable. Picture this: a Virgo offered unexpected recognition, At first, their instinct is to decline, to downplay, to say, "It's nothing." Yet in the silence of reflection, they realize that the recognition is not an accident. It is a mirror of their hidden labor. When they finally accept it with joy instead of resistance, new doors open, and abundance flows where once it was blocked. This is the shift from guilt to gratitude, from scarcity to blessing. The choice is yours, Virgo. Which voice will you allow to win today? The voice of doubt that keeps you small, or the voice of alignment that says, "This is mine, and I receive it fully"? That choice shapes everything. And to prove this truth, there is always a story, a living testimony that shows how a Virgo transformed conflict into blessing, and it waits to be told now. There was once a Virgo who stood at the edge of weariness, carrying the weight of years spent giving without return. Life felt like an endless circle of effort, duty, and unseen sacrifice. Doubt whispered constantly, "Perhaps blessings are for others, not for you." Yet even in the heaviness, signs began to appear. The number 777 flashed on a clock, then again on a receipt, then again in a dream. Soon after, the number 888 followed, repeating until it became impossible to dismiss. These were not coincidences. They were messages of confirmation, signals that blessings were already circling closer. Still, the battle inside raged. When an opportunity finally arrived, an unexpected promotion, a gift, or an open door, the Virgo hesitated. The old instinct rose, to decline, to question, to minimize. But in that very moment, they remembered the signs. They remembered the whisper in their chests that said, "This is yours." Instead of pulling back, they took a breath, placed their hand over their heart, and said aloud, "Thank you." With those two words, the tide shifted. Almost immediately, the weight began to lift. Gratitude replaced guilt. The act of receiving without apology opened a current that had been waiting for years. More recognition came, support arrived, provision flowed. What once felt like a desert suddenly felt like a river. The Virgo realized then that blessings had not been absent. They had only been waiting for permission to land. The moral of this story is simple yet profound. Blessings multiply when embraced. To resist is to block the flow, but to receive with gratitude is to invite expansion. What began with one small yes turned into a cascade of grace, proving that alignment always brings more than the heart expects. Virgo, this story is not distant from you. It mirrors your own. The same signs, the same tension, the same invitation are here for you now. And just as gratitude shifted everything for that Virgo, so will it shift everything for you. The question is no longer whether the blessings exist. The question is whether you will open your hands wide enough to hold them. And once you do, there is only one final step: to seal the blessings with a decree that anchors them fully into your destiny. Virgo, the journey reaches its seal. You have walked through silence, endured trials, and carried the weight of patience that only few could bear. On this 15th of September, the heavens open a gate and remind you that being who you are is not a burden, but a blessing. Today, 3 reasons rise like pillars around you: the gift of clarity that sharpens your vision, the heart of service that multiplies your love, and the flow of abundance that finally returns what you have sown. These are not abstract ideals. They are living forces now present in your life, waiting to be claimed fully. This is your identity. You are chosen to embody order where others see chaos, to bring healing where others bring harm, to turn hidden labor into visible harvest. The prophecy declares that cycles of scarcity and silence end with you, and that blessings flow through your line because you were strong enough to hold the test. You are not common. You are marked by clarity, by devotion, by endurance, and now by undeniable blessing. But blessings must be anchored, and they are anchored through decree. Speak aloud with conviction. I embrace my blessings and protect my destiny. Let the words leave your lips with authority, for they are not requests but declarations. They ripple into the unseen, setting alignment in motion, sealing doors of loss, and opening streams of grace that cannot be shut. Repeat them until they feel carved into your spirit, until the truth resounds louder than doubt. Write it, declare it, or share it where others can witness it. I embrace my blessings. In doing so, you not only seal your own path, but also become a mirror for others who are ready to awaken. This is how blessing multiplies, not by hoarding, but by embodying. Now close your eyes and see it. A radiant gate of light before you, glowing with golden fire. You step forward unafraid, carrying the 3 gifts in your hands: clarity, service, abundance. Behind you lies the silence, the waiting, the unanswered questions. Before you lies fullness, ease, and peace. You step through, and the gate closes gently behind you. The decree has been spoken, the seal has been set, and the blessings of Virgo now flow through every breath you take.